there, I'm Adrienne Everheart. I am a feminine energy dating and relationship coach, and I'm here to teach you all about getting back in touch with your natural feminine energy and realigning your relationships and the man you love with that natural feminine energy. It's going to improve your relationship. It's going to help your man hear you and tie up his heart like never before. And it's also going to make you feel better and improve actually all of your relationships. Just stick around. In this video, I'm going to explain what feminine energy is, what it isn't, and how things like gratitude and clarity are your very best friends when you are rediscovering your feminine energy and reconnecting to the man you love, or perhaps calling forth the man you're meant to be with. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and subscribe to me. And as always, I love to hear from you in the comments section as well. What is feminine energy? Feminine energy is part of you. It's part of you naturally. It's also part of men. Certain men can have feminine energy, some more than others. But feminine energy is your birthright, as is masculine energy. You just have a decision to make about which one you want to be in when it comes time for the relationship to happen with a man. So in your life, you've gone to work, you've gone to school, you've raised children on your own, you've gone through divorce, you have probably suffered a lot of things happening in your life. And at some point, when you were very young, in order to survive, you realized, I need to be tough, I need to be strong, and I need to think. And you probably actually got rewarded for thinking. You got rewarded for making good grades, or you got rewarded by something positive happening to you when you decided, you sort of set your mind to it and you went out and you made things happen. So that was very much boy energy, and boy energy is perfectly okay. It's actually what helps us make things happen. However, with a man, if you try to make things happen, if you try to tweak the outcomes and control a man, you get yourself into a little bit of conflict, because the man doesn't want to be controlled. The man doesn't know the specific outcome, but he can absolutely sense when you're kind of pushing for a particular outcome. So as you can imagine, feminine energy is not making a specific outcome happen. It's not controlling the outcome or controlling people to get what it is you want. In fact, masculine energy is more about controlling outcomes, making things happen, getting the job done, and getting it done on time. So just consider that for a moment, and let me introduce you to your natural feminine energy, which is all about receiving. In college, I studied feminist theory, and I studied literature and how gender roles really greatly were affected from the literature we read that got brought over from England into America. So when you think about feminist theory and how a lot of the attributes that we felt were just natural for women, how they really came to be in our society, and you were able to look at that, you realize very quickly why women at some point revolted from these stereotypes. Or just because we're a woman, we know how to pack a suitcase, or we know how to cook a wonderful meal, and we can do things like play the piano and entertain people. You can imagine why women really rejected that notion, because it was a prescribed set of values that came to us with as if they were our birthright. And many women, now more than ever, there are more small business owners that are women. There are more college educated women than there ever have been before. And the world actually has more women than men. So we have all of these things going for us, and we have suffered through pandemics that are now slowing the world down and getting us more into a feminine energy world of receiving and slowing down. So these are the positive things of feminine energy. You actually don't have to work that hard in a relationship. You don't really have to work hard at all. You don't have to give a man anything to make a relationship work or happen. You simply want to be in your feminine energy. And this goes back to the sperm and the egg. If you think about the sperm, it is definitely having to swim and fight and battle other sperm to get to the egg. And from what I understand, the egg actually chooses the sperm, and the egg just sits there and waits until the right one comes along that she chooses and allows in. So I want you to apply this to your relationship currently with men or the men in your life, and just begin to notice how often you're doing the man's work for him. So how do you get a guy to do more of his natural masculine energy work? Because you've been doing it for a while. You're suddenly going to change things up on him and you're going to get a reaction, right? Because sometimes we want that reaction to be immediate and we want to see immediate change. Remember, you're doing these steps and techniques not to manipulate or control the man, but to actually help you feel better, more grounded, more relaxed, in that natural leaning back energy. When you need to, you can go into your boy energy, you can get the job done, you can do whatever you need to do. Just to be clear, feminine energy is not about being a doormat or changing who you are to suit the man. Do you want to practice some new things? Absolutely. Will this be reawakening your inner girl? And she might be a little drowsy and take a little repetition in relearning some of these tools. For sure, you're going to experience a little bit of this feels new and this feels weird because you probably haven't behaved like a girl since you're around 3 years old. In fact, our society does anything and everything to women except be a woman, be a girl, go ahead, cry, have feelings, express yourself. You know, we're actually taught to use our minds, be smart, and not show emotion in most cultures and in most families. So now you get a redo. You're a grown adult woman. You have choices to make in your life. And if you begin to explore your feminine energy, just be prepared for a little bit of change back happening on you, where your body just begins to feel uncomfortable, and maybe even other people around you begin to feel uncomfortable with your new changes. Now don't worry, again, you've been doing things for the man for a long time. When you suddenly stop, he's not going to know what to do. So I really encourage you, take some of these tools, do them gradually, start off small, go slow and easy with yourself, and don't rush into anything with great big expectations. But yes, whether you're dating or married, you can begin to fix your relationship immediately with feminine energy. I want to talk a little bit about gratitude. And gratitude is something that you might believe you're doing in a lot of ways, but feminine energy is slowing down and really taking notice of anything good the man is doing for you or around you. So for example, I was riding my bike with my husband the other day and he saw a little caterpillar on the sidewalk, and I saw it as well, and he said, "Oh, it's gonna get squished here on the sidewalk. Let me pick it up and move it." That is a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. No girl wants to see a bug get squished on the sidewalk. So him doing that, I was just letting him know how grateful I was, what a sweet gesture that was, and what happened to him when I told him. I saw him stand up taller. He said, "Well, you know, I care about insects and animals just like you do." He really got into this good feeling place because of this gratitude I gave him. So when you begin to notice the things right your partner is doing, the things that he's going out of his way, whether it's opening the door for you, picking up a napkin, making a phone call, taking care of something for you that he really didn't have to, make sure you express gratitude. You are absolutely exercising your feminine energy when you express gratitude. This can happen with your children, your girlfriends, your mom, your dad, anybody. Any relationship you want to improve, express some gratitude. Don't lay it on too thick, but definitely let them know how it feels. For example, "Oh, I feel so moved that you saved that little caterpillar. It's going to turn into a beautiful butterfly, and I hope I get to see it one day." This is what men love to hear from women. They love to hear our feelings that are going on inside of our body. Feminine energy is also about getting clarity. A feminine energy woman is intelligent. You get clarity, you understand what's going on. You are not afraid to ask your guy, hey, where do you see us going? If you're in a relationship and you're not sure, am I a girlfriend? Are we dating? What's happening? Am I ever going to get married to this guy? It's been 2 years. You're not afraid to ask him, where do you see us going? I encourage you preface it with some warmth and also a little bit of gratitude, such as, it feels so amazing getting together every weekend, and I always feel so warm and comforted in your arms. I'm curious, where do you see us going? Those words to a man will definitely change the expression on his face. Be ready for that. But I want you to go ahead and listen and get the clarity you need. Even if you hear something that you really were hoping to get a different answer, I want you to just get the clarity, listen to him. He sometimes has to hear the words coming out of his own mouth. This is really important. That's why you want to open up dialogue that allows the man to tell you what's going on in his world. Number one, you get a little dose of reality. Instead of being up here where you're hoping, dreaming, wishing that you'll get a proposal or that something else will happen with this man, you're able to ask him directly and hear it right from the source. Now, I have a saying, and that is, a man can change his mind in a month, a week, or a minute. So often men will say something one day, but then kind of change their minds. I actually found out my first husband when he and I were kind of, figuring out if we were in a relationship or getting together or whatever. He heard me in a department store scream, kind of make a loud noise. And he thought that I had hurt myself when in fact I had found something and just fell in love with it. And he heard this noise, but he got so scared when he heard me call out that he knew in that instant that he wanted to care for me and love me and take care of me. This is how it works with men. They get activated. Their masculine energy gets activated and it changes everything. Now, before you go screaming to get your guy's attention or something like that, I want you to be willing to get clarity on the small things. So often guys are nonverbal. They'll just shake their head or just sigh or do some sort of body language. And I want you to be, I'm confused. What does that mean? And be able to ask that. You're a smart, intelligent, creative, powerful, dynamite woman. Feminine energy women get clarity.